All right, today's episode of Rubber Down, we're 42 episodes in, and this one's a bit special because the guy joining us today is from America and had his breakout season. He was our first driver ever to be on a podcast from a different country as well. Now, I'm just going to run you through some of his stats this year. 18 wins across 410s and 360s, 31 top 5s, 43 top 10s. But don't worry about those wins. 2025 Knoxville Nationals champion, the Tuscarora 50 champion, and the Huset's track champion this year. Of course, it's Ryan TIMMS. Mate, welcome back to the podcast. I can't believe... Sorry, I was going to say I can't believe. I can believe the year you had with Liebig Motorsports, but thank you so much for coming back on and taking time after your workout. Now you're in the car. That's your theme you said about your pods. Now, just thanks for joining me today.
Yeah, no problem. Appreciate you inviting me back on. And I had no idea that I was your first ever driver.
First driver ever. You're like my second episode in, I think, bro.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's cool. Yeah, listening to those stats, it's been a unbelievable year. If you would have told me this when we first, at the beginning of the year, I definitely would have called you crazy. Yeah, maybe not, but Knoxville Nationals and Tusky is just, it's so cool to hear. It never gets old hearing that. And just a crazy season it was.
For sure, mate. And now we'll get to that because I just want to pick your brain on how your weeks were leading up to that. But I also don't want to keep you too long. Like, we've already done the big backstory. I just want it to be present. So the big news this week in Australia was you coming down under with Jack Lee Racing, which Jack Lee has put some really good guys in his car. The last one was Sheldon Hordenchild, as you guys in America said. I'm hopeless with my Australian accent. But he was really close 2 times to winning the Grand Annual Sprintcar Classic and got passed on the last corner, last lap by Brock Hallett here in Australia. And then the next year after that was racing really good, had a lead, and I think he got caught up with a lap car. And then it was over. He was leading. So the car you're coming in, mate, is one of the best in the country. Do you know much about Jack or before the conversation started, and when did it start for you?
So I'm really happy to hear you say that. I actually, until now, had no clue that Hot and Shield almost won the Classic.
Yeah, two years, brother. 2 years. I'll even send you the videos later and you can watch.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that.
Yeah.
So that makes me feel really good. I had never heard of Jack Lee up until this week. I would always see... I would see Sheldon post when he would go down. I'd see, the car. But other than that, I knew nothing about Jack or that program. And, everyone asked me all year pretty much, and especially after Knoxville, am I going to Australia? When am I going to Australia? And I think you might have even asked me, and I was like, yeah, it's not happening. First off, it's hard to get a good quality ride that's capable of winning down there, just because majority of them are taken. Yep. And second off, I just don't know anyone down there, anything about the sprint car racing down there. And I'm trying to think when it was. So after Charlotte, actually, I still had no plans of going to Australia. It never was. My only plans were shootout. They still are shootout and Chili Bowl. And I don't remember what day it was. It wasn't that long ago. It couldn't have been 3 weeks ago. Me and Shane were doing something, and we were headed back to the race shop, and I got a call from an Australian number, and I get spam calls literally all day, every day. And I just assumed it was another spam call. I didn't answer, and he left me a voicemail or a text saying, "Hey, this is Jack Lee. Just wondering, what you got going on this off season, and give me a call back." So I gave him a call back right then and there, and he introduced himself. He said that He's raced with Sheldon the last few years, and then when I heard that, I figured, okay, well, this must be a decent ride if Sheldon's running for him. And yeah, he said that Sheldon and Jack are still, as far as I know, and from what he's told me, still on good terms. There's no bad blood there. Sheldon just had some obligations this year, having to, have his ride swap or whatever that happened.
Yeah, for sure.
Just busy. And so they, from what it sounds like, at least for this year, aren't going to be racing together. And he asked if I'd come do it. And of course, I said yes, because the way he tells me that he wants me to race the Classic for him, and I've heard of the Classic, but to me that really doesn't mean a whole lot.
Yeah, for sure.
And he puts it in terms of, well, it's our Knoxville Nationals, it's our biggest race, and I was like, oh well, I'd love to come do that then. And then I didn't want to come down there after just getting out of a micro and a midget and just go straight into the Classic. But he said there was a couple races before the Classic that he could get me in, and we could get warmed up together. And so once I heard that, I was like, heck yeah, let's do it.
Now that's pretty sick, mate. So I'm trying to judge the time period you're going to be here. So you are going back to the Tulsa and the Chili Bowl, which was one of our first things we talked about in the last chat, meaning how you still love it, you love going back into it. You've went away from it, but it's still somewhere you like to come back to. Now, I'm assuming, does that mean you're around Australia January 18th or a few days later than that?
Yeah, January 18th. I think, what is that, a Monday or Tuesday?
Well, I don't know that, but I know there's a race meeting at Premier Speedway that day. So that's like one of the main races before the Classic that you can test and tune. And it's sort of become another big event. So how it works here in Australia, that period is you call it Knoxville week. Okay? Besides high limit in Perth, that's a new thing and that's sort of different. But how the Australian, and this has been happening since like the 70s and 80s. So around the 18th was always like the first show at Premier going, okay, it's Classic time, guys, here we go. And then there's a few days off, and then there's like 4 to 5 days of straight racing at 3 different tracks, or 2 different tracks leading back to the Classic. So there's a track called Avalon Raceway, which this weekend is a good field, and that's where I'm heading down tomorrow. And then it goes straight to Borderline Speedway, which is called the King's Challenge. So that's another like pretty up there race that people want to win. And then that goes to the Classic, which is 3 nights. Now, similar to the Knoxville Nationals, where you race one day with your qualifying night, have a night off, and then everyone joins back on night 3. So that's your sort of period you're looking at. Now, the tracks are down there around 2 hours away from each other, so not crazy travelling for yourself in Australia. Like I said, when we first chatted, Sydney's like 10 hours away, and then Queensland 10 hours away, where this period is all together for that reason, because it happens during the week and school holiday times for our families here in Australia. So besides, have you looked at any of the tracks you're thinking about? Is there a schedule? Is it just a Classic, go straight back to Volusia with your team? What's the go there?
Yeah, there is a schedule. There's obviously the Classic, and then there's 2 races during that week that are before the Classic. Do you know what those would be?
Yep, President's Cup and Borderline and King's Challenge.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, don't for sure count me in on those.
Yeah.
I'd have to go look at the text, but I'm 90%
But they're
sure.
the 2. They're 2 different tracks, though, not Premier. But if you were to fly in, when does your Chili Bowl commitments finish? Like, when's that finish?
I don't know the exact date, but the final night of Chili Bowl, that Saturday, I'll race, and then the following Sunday, I'm flying out of Tulsa to come to Australia. So,
okay,
it's right there, back to back.
So I think Buddy Kofoid's doing the same as you, but he's actually coming to Australia first in December, then flying straight back for that, and then coming back to do all the Classic and stuff. So you'll have someone to relate with there, I guess, with the Chili Bowl Tulsa coming straight back for it. Now, you are you coming on your own? This is your first time to Australia. Are you a little bit nervous? Are you bringing any crew? What's your situation there?
No, I'm not bringing any crew. I'm just bringing myself and my girlfriend so that I have, someone to not be so lonely. And
Yeah, for sure.
my dad and mom talked about coming on their own dollar. So I personally don't want them to. We already talked about it, but I kind of want to go have my fun on my own and just see what it's all about. But as of now, it's just me and my girlfriend coming, and then possibly my parents, but we'll see there.
Eliminator race wings are Australian manufactured with recessed rivets for extra strength.
Manufactured with 6061 T6 aluminium for lightweight and strength. Sprint car top wings, dished and flat, along with front wings.
They also have Formula 500 wings now available.
Eliminator race wings available Australia-wide.
BHR Fabrications in Brisbane, Par Motorsports in Melbourne, 16 Industries in Sydney, Sprint Car Parts Australia in Perth, and Peter Radford in Tasmania. Joining Liebig this year, now obviously there's growing pains, but you have had some time in the previous season together. What was the big hurdles that you feel like you just got over together quickly and it really started to go so well for you and the team?
Yeah, so when we first got together, we had a insane amount of success, a ton of speed, just something that's really rare for a new pairing to have right out of the gate. So going into this season, I'm like on top of the world. I'm thinking, Brad Sweet, David Gravel, they ain't got nothing on me kind of thing.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, just thinking, it's going to be easy, basically. And then we go out to California and just get obliterated. Like, I think, I don't know how many shows we ran out there, probably from Vegas to the end of California, probably 6-7 shows. And I think, we may have made the show 3 or 4 times. We missed a good amount of shows. And
I mean,
we did make
I can tell you your stats, brother. To really, so you said Volusia was early. You felt good.
Volusia was good.
Yeah, you went 12th, 10th, 5th, 6th. Then you go to Vegas, 14th with high limit. Okay. And then you go, I don't know if it was high limit, but you go Thunderbolt, 6th in the B main. Kevin Harvick's Kern, 7th in the B main. Perry's Auto, 12th with high limit again. And then March 28th at Lawton Speedway, 12th in the 410 show. And then you had like 3 rainouts in a row. Then you go I-55, 6th in the B main, 19th in the feature, a DNS at Knoxville after a hot lap. Did you blow a motor or something?
I think we broke a rear end, actually.
Yeah, okay. Then Knoxville cancelled, 16th at Knoxville, 19th in a B main at Knoxville. And then this is where it all turns. So can we just talk about that hard period before we get into the good stuff? What must have been like that of you feeling like you said, I'm Superman, no one can stop me. And now you're in this ride and, you're so young, mate. And this is your first time full ride. Was there that little bit of doubt like, man, I think I'm going to lose this ride if I don't pull my shit together?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Me and Shane, we were both really excited going into the year, and even after Volusia, we considered Volusia a success. I think we were 4th in outlaw points when we left, and so after that, I'm thinking, all right, we had some not really bad nights, but just bad moments. We got those out of the way. Now it's time to start winning races, and then I completely forgot about that period that we struggled after California too, honestly. But yeah, I do remember that. It was a tough time, and definitely a beat down for sure. I mean, I do remember it as far as I can remember, it was get beat down, go to bed, or leave the track, go to bed, wake up with a refreshed mind, ready to go. I'm expecting to, all right, do good. We'll turn it around right here. And it was just over and over and over. Kept sucking. So we had a different car that we ran in California. And I blame the car for that. Shane might tell you different.
No driver's ever done that before. That's crazy to say that.
So we tried something different. It clearly didn't work. And I really honestly think that my confidence, because I do remember it was just so low, so beat down after that by the time we went back to our normal thing, it took me a while to get the confidence built back up and just get back to being normal again.
Yep.
And leaving California, I realized things, I don't know what, but things need to change. And I just started basically, process of elimination, just start doing, whatever it is. If I need to start working out, if I need to start doing things mentally different. There was just a lot of things that I started trying different. And, actually one of the things this is kind of weird, but I was taking Accutane at the time, to get rid of acne.
Okay.
And it sounds weird, but as soon as I got off is when quit taking it was when the turning point happened. So maybe that was a little bit of it. It's hard to argue that it wasn't.
No, food and medications can do something to just your inner core. Do you know if that has history of mental health side effects or anything? Did you do some research now thinking about it?
Yeah, I did some research before I took it, and then while I was taking it, and then it was really hard to find a good reason to keep taking it. And so I eventually just cut it out. I didn't take it for, super long, but I felt like between, one of the deals is it lowers your mood. It puts you in I wasn't depressed, but it just, drags you down.
Like, would you say you don't feel as Superman-y, like your testosterone felt like you would chill more than G'd up?
Right. I'd put it that way, yeah. And I think between that and running bad, it was just, a bad combination. And then I started doing other things and, focusing on just what do I need to do to get better, and then trying to break it down. And then it was when Knoxville season started. Well, I want to say the first race in Knoxville was when we broke the rear end.
It was, yes. April 17th. Then it cancelled.
Yep.
Then you got a 16th, like we said at the end. Yeah, a 16th, a 19th in the B main, and then May 3rd, you won. Okay,
so the 19th in the B main, those two, the one that canceled, those were outlaw shows. And that was just me sucking. Nothing went wrong. We just sucked.
Yeah.
But the 19th in the V was when we broke the rear end.
Yeah.
And so I remember that night, and I remember not feeling. I think I was running about last in the heat race when we broke the rear end. So I remember it was just it wasn't a good night anyway.
Yep.
And I was watching the A main from turns 3 and 4. In the infield, and I was watching. Reitzel was there, and I want to say it was either Brown and Reitzel or McCarroll and Reitzel. But I was watching Reitzel the whole time.
Yep.
Because he's really good there.
Let me pick your brain. Who do you think won that night?
Was it Rico?
Very good. Yeah. Reitzel ran second.
It was Rico.
Yeah, Rico won, but then Reitzel was second. Yeah.
Yeah. I really don't remember watching Rico. Must have been gone, because I remember watching Reitzel and McCarroll.
Yeah, that was second and third. Yep.
I've watched a ton of races at Knoxville, but like, I mean, I can still remember the exact moment of when I'm watching Reitzel run the cushion in 3 and 4 and just thinking, like, man, that looks awesome. Like,
Yeah.
I want to be the guy out there running second to Rico or leading the race at Knoxville. And I want a fan to be looking at what I'm looking at, thinking how cool that looks. And it was a weird moment, but it was just kind of like I don't know what you want to call it, but it was at that moment I realized, I need to figure this out and get around here. And the next weekend we won. And I remember before we left the shop for that weekend, Shane's wife was outside giving me a bunch of crap. I don't remember what she was saying, but I was just, at that point, you look at the results and, I tell her, I'll just go win it. I'll just go win, no big deal. And I remember saying that and thinking like, yeah, right, to myself. And then things just played out perfectly. We started on the pole, and we ended up beating Brown to win the race. And I got back. I was like, yeah, told you I was gonna win. Just it was cool. But that was right then that night. That was when everything changed, and it really was when Knoxville season started. That it was truly a building point. Knoxville was the end point, and all the way up until that, we just built and built and built.
Yep.
And it worked out.
For sure. And when you say you had that moment, was it more like you weren't just watching sprint cars, your whole body just went through a moment of, oh, yeah, I'm in the right place, I just got to put it together right now? Like, I know exactly what you're saying when you see something and you have this moment of like or something like that. And now with Shane being, he was like done a lot of laps around Knoxville and the car. Now, do you feel like those first few nights there, it was him getting used to you, even though like normally his setups would have been probably badass? Like, he knows how to get around Knoxville with a car, yeah. But was that more the communication of, well, Ryan, this is a good setup. Trust me, you got to drive it this way? Was that the type of thing going on?
Yeah, it was. I knew that he had. At the time, I now know he has the best race car at Knoxville, but at the time, I knew he had one of the best race cars, and I don't know what it was. I just wasn't used to his car, the way it drove around Knoxville, I guess. And he could have been really stubborn about it and been like, well, I know my car is fast, you suck, figure it out. But he worked with me, and we did things to make me more comfortable. And then as I got more comfortable and more used to it, he started going back to what he knows is fast. And it worked out perfect. It worked out exactly the way he thought it would. And his car it rolls so good around Knoxville. But yeah, it was kind of like just getting me comfortable, because fast may not always be comfortable. And it was just getting me comfortable enough to where I could go into the corner wide open against the cushion or bottom and not be worried about missing it or jumping the cushion or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so we'll go through this period now, mate, where you're comfortable, you get the first win, it's off your back. Have a rain out at 81 Speedway, second at Huset, so the momentum's high. I think you could have nearly won that one too. Knoxville a second, Huset's a second. Second Knoxville win comes on May 24th, so you're at the front, you're at the pointy end non-stop here. You're rolling, you're nearly picking off all the wins. A DNF at Huset's, a rain out at Huset's, that was with the Outlaws, that show. Then this is where you went on a bit of a Knoxville win streak. Knoxville win, back-to-back, May 30th, 31st. Huset's win, that was your first win at Huset's that year. That was with the Outlaws. No, Craftsman 410 Outlaws Sprint Car Series. Is that the series there? Is that the track championship, or that's a lot of Outlaws?
That's the track series.
Track championship.
Craftsman.
Yep, cool. And then 16th at Jackson, 4th at Knoxville, another win at Huset, Eagle Raceway 15th, Knoxville 14th, Knoxville 6th, Huset's 4th, then Craftsman, Huset's B-main 6th, and I'm about to start winning. Now, the one thing I want to touch on is how was it feeling when the success flipped a coin, but then you don't have such a good night? Was that different as a team? Because you're like, oh, we know we can win, just tonight was off compared to the start where everything didn't feel good.
Yeah, that part, that's something we struggled with all year. You know, we would go win the Nationals and then go to Jackson and run like 15th in the main. Right. That's I think what happened. And then, you know, we won Tusky, and then we went somewhere. I don't remember where we went, but we didn't run good wherever we went, from what I remember.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. It's even before Tusky, we ran 21st and freaking 18th or something on the prelim night to Tusky.
Yep.
And the consistency just isn't there. Aside from Knoxville and Huset, where we are pretty consistent.
Mm-hmm.
When the Outlaws came, we weren't. Aside from the Nationals, when the Outlaws came to Knoxville or Huset, we did okay, but never. A lot more bad than good.
Yeah, sure.
So it's just we just got to figure it out. I got to figure it out, and I'm very very motivated to figure it out because it really sucks. I don't want to say it sucks.
You say like the inconsistency and not knowing why you're high and low.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just like maybe it's only because of qualifying. I'm not the best qualifier. You know, I feel like I qualify more on the lower end than better end a lot of the times. And you know, maybe it's just not getting qualified, and then you're buried in a heat race, and then it just snowballs from there. Maybe that's what it is. But honestly, you know, I don't really have a concrete, solid answer why we're so inconsistent. Yeah. But that's what we really need to work on.
Yeah, and that's crazy. You've had like your best year, and then that's you're already going, no. We want the consistency instead of just winning 18 races. We want to win like 36. So we've got to work out how to win 36.
Yeah, or at least, you know, win a race and then go run third, not 15.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's get to the juicy stuff. Now, on our first podcast we did, your goal was to make the feature. You never made one in the Knoxville Nationals. You go out and win the thing, and when I say win, like, everyone was racing for second. You were gone. And I was sitting there watching going, like I was yelling out to my fiance, I'm like, babe, Ryan's going to win. And she's like, Ryan? The guy you did the pod with? And I'm like, yeah, Ryan TIMMS, he's going to win the Nationals. And she's like, didn't you say like he's like never even been in the race or something? Like, cause she listens or not, I just talk half the time. And she's like, I'm like, yeah, he's going to be like the youngest ever and everything. Like, and I'm just sitting there with 10, like so relaxed going, this is awesome. And she's like, wait a second, how old is he again? I'm like, 18. And she's like, 18? Like, what else has he won? I'm like, oh, this is it. Like, this is the big one. And she's like, oh, my God. And then I tried to tell her, like, but again, she has no idea. I'm a sprint car nerd. Like, you joined, this year as well, you joined Kenny Weld and Doug Wolfgang for doing the back-to-back of the both big races. And I remember probably leading into the Tusky, you probably weren't as crash hot as what you were in Knoxville. And then all of a sudden you go and do the back-to-back. So I remember seeing on social people like, yeah, he's not winning the Tusky, relax. Like, he's not doing the double. But as we know, social media, they wanted to rev up a story. And, well, they were right in saying you could. So we'll get back to Nationals. Tell me, mate, like, you'd come off this success, winning at Knoxville, like, dominantly. And now it was time to race against everyone. Now, did you also feel like people weren't giving you a shot at this year's Nationals, even with that success? Or you did have a bit of support behind you going into it?
My team and my people, they believed in me the whole whole journey, even when we sucked. And that's all that really matters. And I
for
don't
sure.
think there was never anyone that, and I don't blame them for thinking it, but no one thought, they see me even when I got on the pole. No one thought. Donnie, he told Shane, he couldn't believe it. He didn't think I had what it took. There was a lot of notable names that did not think I could do it, and which is fair. I mean, who expects
yeah.
18-year-old to do it? So in a way, to me, that really took all the pressure off of it.
Yeah.
When no one thinks you can do it, then you really have nothing to lose. And at that point, I was on the pole. I had won my prelim. Like Friday night, I could not have asked for a better Nationals week. I'm starting on the pole. Worst case, I run last. It was still a great week. Like, I was fine with it. But you obviously you don't. That wasn't the mindset. Like, the mindset was do whatever it takes to win. And the nights before, I wouldn't. Oh, let's see. So the Nationals week, we were on Cappy, Oski, all that. I didn't do really anything special there. And then after my prelim, we win Wednesday, celebrate that night, and everything's all good. And then I realize, I really gotta lock in and take this serious. Like, this is a big deal here. So I'm out running every night till I can't, because 50 laps I can't afford to get winded. I'm running till I can't, pretty much. And just doing everything I could to make sure I had the best shot at winning. And I woke up that Saturday, probably early afternoon, noonish, and I was driving to the track, got the radio full max, playing whatever pump up song I'm listening to at that time. It changes all the time. And I'm just thinking the entire way. Probably a 30-minute drive to the track from where I was staying, and I'm just thinking, like, well, first off, it didn't feel like Nationals Day at all. Like, for whatever reason, that day was just, it had some weird, like, I don't know what you call it, aura to it. It just it didn't feel like.
Is sometimes a good thing, because then,
right,
like, you're not highlighting that it's such a big race where you're like, it's just another sprint car race. I've done this before.
Yep.
So maybe your body was like so relaxed, going, well, what have I got to lose? You know what I mean? Yeah,
no, for sure. It was, definitely. And so, the whole day was kind of just, it was just different. It felt different. I think I even did an interview with the Knoxville Knights guys that day. And I think we were talking about it, like, man, it just doesn't feel like the normal National Saturday night. And anyway, I'm driving to the track and I'm just replaying it over in my head. The victory lane celebration, like, if I do this, if I win this, what's this gonna be like? I'm just replaying the wing dance. I'm replaying everything good that I can think of that comes with winning the Nationals. And then I get to the track. I do some interviews for an hour or two. I go to the trailer, get ready. And then once the night starts, I'm really just enjoying it. Like, I'm just hanging out, watching E-Main, D-Main, watching they didn't do the parachutes this year, I don't think, but watching the horse go around the track. I got to do the American flag salute, drive around the track. That was really, really fun. So I'm just enjoying it and not putting a lot of stress behind it. Actually, like an hour before the drivers' meeting, I fell asleep in the camper. For whatever reason, I never sleep. Like, well, okay, that's a lie, actually. But I got enough sleep the night before that I was like slept, ready to go. And I fell asleep. I get woken up like, hey, driver's meeting's about to start. I rush down there. Night gets going, and then we start getting close to our hot lap time, and I'm just, by the time the B main goes out, when the B main goes out is when I start like really watching the track, seeing
for sure.
where the line is, what guys are doing. And I saw, I think, Kerry Madsen doing something in 1 and 2 that I just noted and went on about the night. And we go and do, I talked to Shane. Me and Shane talked we went and ran hot laps. I think I was out of the 8 guys that were in it or whatever, like 6th or 7th. We weren't good times.
Yeah.
But I got stuck behind a guy, and I knew my car was fast, and Shane, he's all mad at me when I come in, and I'm telling him, like, I got stuck behind a guy. I promise you, car's good. I'm good. We feel good. Or I feel good. And we do driver intros, and walking out, being announced that you're on the pole of the Nationals, and getting to do that was really cool. Like, that was one of my favorite parts of the weekend. And then I start walking to my car, and all of a sudden I'm telling you every little detail about.
No, I love it, mate. Please, this is like us and the listeners at home or in their car right now. They've got the goggles on of Ryan Timms. You know what I mean? So they're seeing and feeling your emotion. Keep going, mate. It's awesome.
Yeah. No, I was just trying to do everything right so that I'm fully prepared for the race. And then I start walking back to the car, and all of a sudden I got to take a leak like bad. And I'm the last guy to be announced, and everyone is already getting in their cars. So I just take off to the trailer, take care of that, and then get in, and everyone's panicking because, well, everyone but Shane, surprisingly. Everyone's kind of freaking out, and Shane's like, hey, he's all right. And I get in the car. I start putting my belts on. Shane's telling me, just, do what you do. No pressure. Don't give anyone an inch. He telling me everything I kind of already knew at that moment. I was fully, I'm sure everyone else was too, but fully prepared to do whatever it took. If I were to crash and things not work out so good, I would have been fine with it. I was ready to give it my all, and whatever happened. And, Shane Stewart, he told me, I don't remember word for word, but he said something along the lines of, just go out there, give it your best shot, and then if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And that's the way I was taking it. Just go give it your best shot, and then if whoever thinks that I should win this race and it's meant to be, then that's what it is. And I thought a lot about the start on Carson. I knew Carson was going to be, Carson, he's a really aggressive driver, and he's really good about dirtying you up in a nice way. And
that's very well put, Ryan. Very well, mate. Very well.
So, I knew I needed to get a good start. And once I got the start, I was assuming the track was tackier than a regular Knoxville Nationals night. And I was thinking that it was going to be around the bottom both ends for the first half of the race. So, I get through the bottom of 1 and 2 good. I feel great. I'm like, I'm running there for the next few laps. And then I get through the bottom of 3 and 4 and just felt terrible. But I'm leading. I don't know what to do. So, but I know that my car, I know I'm better on the top, and I know my car is typically better on the top. So I make the decision to go to the top in 3 and 4 the next time. And you can tell in the video, I feel like you can tell it definitely throws 100%. Carson off a little bit.
100%, because it's like you just, he was reading you and you threw a spinner at him and he just went, oh no, like, I thought he was committing here for 10 laps. Don't do that. I'm there. You know what I mean? So.
And then once I realized the top was where I needed to be in 3 and 4, bottom 1 and 2, it was like, all right, nothing in the entire world matters right now but just running this line. Like, don't even think about the Nationals. Don't think about nothing, which I think having open track did help me with that, with not thinking about anything, because you can, I guess, but you're not looking in the stands. You're not looking at anything but an open racetrack.
Yeah.
And
Like a tunnel vision. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it just
fence, infield, go. That's where I'm in.
Yep.
I'm here. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. And I knew lap traffic was the only way I was going to get past. And it was just about running 120% every single lap, the entire race, and not letting anyone catch me. And once I got to lap traffic, I kind of slowed down to their pace for a minute and realized it within a lap or two. And then it's like, all right, just go. It doesn't matter what happens, doesn't matter who you hit, doesn't matter. Just go.
Yeah.
Get by these guys. And Basin, he was just wrong place, wrong time on that one. But I got into him a little bit. But no, it was just the mindset was getting through lap traffic, and I got through it really pretty well for the first 25 laps. And then I'm not looking at the board. I'm not looking at laps, and I'm thinking it's lap like 15 maybe, and then they throw the yellow and it's halfway, and I'm like, it's kind of a relief. Yeah. I was like, all right, halfway through. And then at the halfway point, it's like, all right, you did this for 25 laps. You can do it another 25 laps. Just do the same exact thing. The same guys still behind you. Hopefully they get to racing, whatever. And
can I ask you something in that period, just because I don't want to come back to it, because you're in the zone here. At that period, this is like a big race. You hadn't really been challenged yet by anyone. And is it a question like you turn to your team, like, how good am I? Like, am I that good? Do I need to slow down? Like, what type of questions are you asking? And then what response did you sort of get in that moment?
Yeah, well, I could be wrong, but I really don't remember anyone telling me that I had like a big gap or anything. I don't remember anyone saying that. The only thing that was on my mind at the time was drink this Powerade. Like I'm just focused on, all right, tear-offs. I need tear-offs, need to get hydrated, need to cool down, fan off. Like just do, whatever it takes to be fresh for this next 25.
Yep.
And I feel like I do remember asking him, like, is the line I'm running good? Do I need to switch my line up or anything? Because that was my biggest worry. And I think he said, he must have said I was doing fine. I think he said just keep doing what you're doing. And I think it's really blurry, but I think he said keep doing what you're doing. You're killing them or something like that.
Yeah.
And so that was good to hear. And then it made my life easier, not having to think of a new strategy, just go out and do the same thing. And that's what I did. I went out there, did the exact same thing, same exact mindset. And I definitely had some close calls in the second half compared to the first half. And then we had that caution with 4 to go. And at that point, this is probably the wrong way to go about it. It definitely is the wrong way to go about it, but I was just like, I don't want to say I knew I was going to win, but it was like, I've done this for 46 laps. Like, if I can't do 4 good, I knew I wasn't going to get to lap traffic. Like, I just got to hit this bottom, hit the top like I've done 46 times. 46 times before. And I did see Rico got closer, and that worried me a little, but Carson was still in second. I'm like, if Carson hasn't done anything by now, surely I'll be fine. I just need to get a good start, hit the bottom, hit the top, don't miss your line. And man, that white flag lap, it felt like it took forever to get around there, but it was going through 3 and 4 on the white flag, and just I'm looking at the cushion, but kind of looking to my inside to make sure no one's about to slide me. Yeah, and it was so crossing the line and winning. It was like just shock. Like it wasn't even immediate happiness. It was immediate happiness, but it was more just like just shocked. Like,
Yeah, well, like
no
that
way.
next lap, you win. You probably see the fireworks ripping and tearing. There's so much noise. Everything's still full noise at this point because there's lap cars, people racing still. That next lap must be still like, is it real? Do I go again?
Yeah.
Like that feeling
Yep.
must be weird, but also, oh my God, where's Victory Lane? Am I going to Victory Lane?
Yeah.
I've got to go to Scales. Like, is that
Yeah.
okay? Is that another thing? Like, is your car like always really good, or you're like, got to get past Scales? Like, was there ever a fear?
I should have been, but I never thought about scales once. I completely forgot about that part. I'm just completely in shock. I know the race is over, and I'm looking in the infield, and everyone's kind of like going pretty crazy. I can see the crowd like go from sitting to standing, and everyone's arms moving, and I'm like, man, this is just insane. Like, I can't believe this is happening right now.
Yeah.
And then I think I took a lap or two just to like calm down and like just take it in. And
did they say stuff on the radio to you? Like, how does that work? Did they say 10 wins or 10 to Scales, or what were you hearing on that side?
I don't remember hearing anything at all.
I bet you don't, because how would you? Who cares? Yeah. It's like, sure, bro.
Right. Yeah, right. And I seen everyone going crazy, and I'm just I'm idling around, and then I'm kind of gassing it up in parts, and I just see it. I'm thinking like, man, I got to do something good. Like, this rarely happens. Someone like me wins this race. I got to do something cool. So I see the front stretch, and I see how slick it is, and I'm like, I'm gonna do some donuts. And I did donuts down the front straightaway, and that was a fun moment to do that. And then after that, and then I go all the way around, and I pull in, and then I'm like, oh crap, I forgot about Skills. I really hope I'm not light because of those
I just
donuts.
wasted fuel.
Yeah. And then Larson, I get up on the scales, and the lady's just staring at the screen. She's not doing anything.
No
and
emotion,
I see Larson. Yeah, no, nothing at all. And I see Larson come up, and he's got a bigger smile on his face than I do. Like, he definitely thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
And that was really neat for Larson to come up and immediately after. And then Gravel, he came up. You know, they're two of the best sprint car racers. They are two of the best sprint car racers ever. I mean, there's a long list of ever. But
for sure, but no. The ever is, and I will say that just like, that's why they're also some of the greatest. Those two definitely did not have to come up to you. I don't think they're on the podium. They've gone back to their car, and they maybe thought you won, and they would ask the team who won. Oh, shit, right. Well, I'm going to go congratulate him. Like, straight away. They could have waited till the drinking or partying started happening, but they said, no, I'm going to do this right now. So that's pretty badass.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they realized how special that is for someone of my age and experience to win that race. And I think they thought that it was really, really cool for them to be a part of and see it. And, I feel like, a lot of people just could not believe it. I mean, it really felt like a dream. Like,
I bet, mate. Come on.
Yeah.
Like, but what I'm really taking from this, mate, is sometimes when you have such a great event or a moment in your life, sometimes it can be a blur because everything happens so fast. But what you've just described to me is you could tell that story 100 times, and I don't think you would change what you said because it was so ingrained in your soul and body. Yeah. And I do want to ask that you said the lady had no emotion. So what, you were waiting for her? Like, did that feel like eternity? Like going, well, are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Like,
yeah, it did take a while. But then I'm thinking like, I'm a Knoxville local. Like, surely, even if I'm white, just let me go.
Oh, just jump on the scale, lady. Like, sit on the front of the car.
Yeah, right. But no, I'm just thinking, like, I'm really just thinking, please, these donuts don't be the reason that I'm light at the scales.
I bet you've learnt from that, eh?
Huh? Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, can't say I wouldn't do it again, but I definitely think about it twice. Yeah.
Do you remember what your car was at that time? Like, were you close? Or it was
no, they just gave the
oh,
thumbs
just
up.
see you later. Yeah,
Yep.
that's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
And then when she gave the thumbs up because they wouldn't let my crew come to
Of course, touch
the car
or whatever. Yeah.
And they let them come out, and it was like, they're just screaming, and Shane's calling me baby boy, and everyone's going crazy. And
I think that's him maybe saying, "Oh my God, this 18-year-old has done this." So in his head, he's going, "I've raced this race. I've had." That was his first win. Was car in it? Knoxville Nationals.
Nationals. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he's gone through all the years doing it, and gone, "I've just done this with an 18-year-old. What a baby this guy is. Oh my God, like, baby boy." So good.
That's probably pretty accurate.
Yeah.
But so then we all just high fives, yelling. It's like, all right, let's go. I want to get on the wing. Like, get me in there. And they push me up. I get out of the car. Shane's the first guy I go to because it was it's so cool. And then Shane's, I think he hugs me, bounces me up and down, and Marty, he gives me a hug, and then my dad comes out of nowhere. I get the hat on and some of the stuff, start taking my stuff off to get up on the wing. I start walking towards, trying to get through the little crowd of people and to get up on the wing, and my dad just emerges out of nowhere.
Bro, I want to talk about your dad. That is so good. The video of him on top of like the Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah.
Love it. And it just reminded me of like what my dad would have done. He would have just went off the Richter scale, like, my son's done this. Huge proud dad moment. It was like he was running to get to you, and I know like all the commitment he's put through your racing career, and to like go away from the 5 to now this opportunity. Man, like it's, to him it must have been, we made the right call. How good is this right now?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean I can't imagine what it felt for him. But yeah, that was really cool. That was a good moment there, and I got up on the wing, and I just see everyone going crazy in the stands, and I can feel the fire behind me. I can feel hear the sparklers or whatever's going off, and see lights everywhere. I mean, confetti. It's just like what you
imagine,
it was
what
exactly,
you dreamed of. Like you're like
what you dreamed of. Yeah.
Like you thought earlier in the day.
Yeah.
It was
like, exactly how
it is this. Yeah, it's so cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
If
it was meant to be, it was meant to be, brother. Now, before we get into the next stage, I do want to ask you something, because I feel like we've got the same taste in things, and I'm all for this subject too, right? Give me 1 sec.
For it.
Now, on socials, I see you doing interviews, and you are rocking around in the most vintage sprint car T-shirts, and I'm all for it, and I actually have the exact same one you had.
Oh, yeah.
Right. This one, I don't even know how my dad got this, but it was even signed by the late, great Bobby Allen.
I think that's the year he won the Nationals.
Well, yeah, it's a Knoxville Nationals champion scruffy. 19, handover, PA. I don't know what year, but it definitely is a Knoxville Nationals champion shirt. Yeah, so old school.
The whole shirt? Can I see, like, yeah. I don't think, is that the exact same? I don't think mine.
Very similar. I know you had one similar.
It was similar. It wasn't a Knoxville Nationals one, but it was that from that year, that same year.
Yeah. So, but
that shirt was actually, I don't own that shirt. but that shirt was lent to me by one of my dad's friends. he passed away, and they're like, here, take this.
Yeah, for sure. But I did see there's one I got, but I couldn't find it. There's a Steve Kinser gangster one you wear with the purple in the background. I've got that one.
Yeah, okay.
I just couldn't find it.
Yeah.
Now,
was
is
the
that
first,
it?
that was,
Yeah, such
that was
a
the
good
first
shirt.
one I got.
Yeah, it's so cool. Is that something you just like, that vintage vibe, or do you know much about? You're young, right? You're 18. Are you a sprint car historian nerd, or you just like the look of it and learn about the shirt when you get it?
Yeah, I'm not a sprint car historian by any means. Old sprint car drivers to me are Donnie Schatz.
Yeah, but that's what I mean, bro. I'm 10 years older than you, so I've got 10 years on that, and I know stuff just from being a nerd watching everything. I've never been a part of it as a racer, so why not be a stat guy when you can? But when I see you rocking a shirt like that, for me as like a sprint car nerd, I'm like, oh yeah, that's pretty gangster. Like,
no, I think Marty actually, I don't remember if he showed me it and I was like, ooh, yeah, I like that, or if he just got it for me. But either way, I'm like, I like this vintage look. I wore it to Knoxville one time, and someone posted on Twitter of me wearing it or something, and
it's
literally just chain reacted into like, oh, that's my thing now. And then I got fans.
Telling you.
It is. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And I had this one fan, I think Corey Byers, I think is his name. I'll give him a shout out because he sent me a package with a bunch of old vintage T-shirts, and that was just really cool of him to do that. So, yeah, it's kind of become my thing all of a sudden.
I do want to throw to you, give your own merch a shout out. You had like a vintage shirt made. Was that from this? And how did that come about? It was pretty cool. I think the KC Graphics, there's a guy in America that does it. He's a shout out. I love his work because I want to get some done. It looks gangster.
Yeah, the vintage shirts are, aside from Knoxville National shirts and Tusky shirts, those are 100% the best seller.
Really?
And they're 100%, and they're 100% my favorite shirt. I love those vintage shirts. It's not, they because my dad and Kirsty deal with
the merch stuff,
getting the designs made up, and then they'll just be like, what do you think? And I liked it on the phone, like the screenshot they sent. Yeah. And then I see it in person, and I'm like, this is nowhere close to it had the right idea, but it just I didn't like how small the print was, and it's actually grown. Would you do it again though? Would you do something similar again and just maybe go, hey guys, more Steve Kinser shirt, get this, or a shirt in your pack you got? I just like how the vintage shirts, the design takes up the entire shirt. Me too, it's not just like so cool a little box. Yeah. So I mean, if I were to do it again, that would be the only thing I would change about it. But the vintage shirts were inspired by everyone loving how I'm wearing vintage shirts, and kind of became a theme. It's a way that, like, how do I explain it? Like your brand grows in a natural way, so you're like, well, it'd be silly not to just go with it. Like, why would I try and not, and it's still a fear doing anything with branding wise. And now that's a great thing to touch on. Now, winning the Knoxville Nationals, obviously your socials would have went off, your name in the sprint car racing world and fans would have went up. How did you first deal with that? And was it a bit like you're at the race truck in a trailer going, oh my God, like, we've sold some shirts today, bro. Where does this come from? The shirt sales were insane after that. That was really cool to see. And then I noticed big time how many more people were wearing my shirts at races that we went to after that, like all the way up to Charlotte. They're not Charlotte so much, but all the tracks before that. Yeah, for sure. I would see a good amount of people, sometimes seeing trucks and cars and parking lots with stickers on the back of their windshield. Yeah, so that, to me, that was really cool. But that was a big difference I saw. And then obviously the social media got more popular. But I was really surprised and completely fine with it, but like people care for the week after, and then after that, no one cares. Like, no one cares about it. It's,
you know how quick it moves, and you know how quick you can win 1 minute and be 19th in a B main, yeah? Like, it's not, they don't mean it, but you're always going to, in the history books, but, like, it's not like that's the grand final and the whole year's over. It's like, no, 5 guys have already won, so we're back to that.
Well, to me, it felt that way.
Yeah, of course, I know that, mate. I know that. Well, there you go. Well, how about me reaching out to ask you to do this again? Was one, because you were my first driver, and two, I'm like, I want to hear from the Knoxville National Champion. So I haven't forgotten, all right, mate? So relax, it's there.
Oh, appreciate that.
All right. So now we tumbleball all that. What came along with the Knoxville Nationals besides merch? You said socials. Do you remember, was it your X, your Instagram, your Facebook, or TikTok grew? Do you remember which one that you really got more insights or popular on? Or was it all just together?
It was pretty all together. Up until Nationals, my Twitter or X has always been more popular for whatever reason. And but actually, it only gained 1,000 or 2 followers, and then Instagram was what blew up like crazy. Yeah. And I gained like freaking almost 5,000 followers from that. Yeah. And so that was really cool. And then I got like some just cool celebrity. I don't know if you say celebrity, but cool people following me, like Gravedigger, the monster truck driver.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So just things like that. It was neat. Yeah. But it was short-lived in a way. I was really bad. I'm really bad as it is about answering and replying to people. Yeah. And when your phone is blowing up nonstop, it's
you just
like,
put it down.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And but I eventually got back to everyone, or tried to at least. And but no, that was,
Hey, you got back to me. You got back to me.
Yeah.
You did, so I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, but it was, I was pretty famous for about a week.
Okay, so any other deals, or was there cool conversations you sort of had with, like, obviously the ride opportunity in Australia has come about because of your success. So besides that, was it new sponsors or anyone else you'd like to thank for coming on board after that period?
There are some guys that I believe only wanted to come on board because of the Nationals, which I don't blame them. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, it helped out there a little bit. Not as much as you would think, honestly.
But it's still something. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Every
sponsor's a
big sponsor. I'm not complaining. Yeah.
No, I'm not saying you're saying. I'm just saying, like, I get where you're coming from, because we know how expensive these things are, man. Like, and you're traveling, so when you say little, it's like, well, one tire's how much? So it just stuff.
Yeah, right.
So I get that completely. So, okay, with dealing with merchandise, was it weird going, I got to get a Knoxville Nationals winning shirt now? Or like,
no, it was great.
You were like, I'm ready to go. Get that shit in the trailer today. Yeah. Have you always had a merch trailer? Or was that new?
Yeah, we've had one. We've had the same one for the last 3 or 4 years. It was Kevin Thomas Jr.'s old merch trailer, and we got it from him like around the time I started racing sprint cars. Yeah. And we've had the same one since.
Well, see, when you come to Australia, not many teams have them, but everyone could have them, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Everyone here buys merch, everyone sells merch. It's no different. And I know there's a few guys that have them, and it would be awesome to have one, obviously. But the big day you'll see, and I hope you get some merch, because I reckon you'll sell some T-shirts, is that we have this in the Classic week. We have on the second day of the Classic, I think it is, like you take your car, or you don't have to take your car to like a big park, and everyone sets up their merch. And it's like a little festival thing. And so you'll meet a lot of people there, and then because here in Australia, not many people are allowed in the pits while the racing's on. So you either sell shirts before or after. So you'll either have random fans in the pits that have paid for a pit pass, or not. You just wait till before or after. So that might be a bit different for you, where you're more It's just your crew and other racers coming around you during the race period. So you'll get to experience that too. So before we get the finish up, thank you for your time.
I do.
Yeah, go.
I do want to add in real quick, just for the Australians that are listening.
Yes.
I am going to be bringing merch.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to bring a ton, and I'm not bringing anything newer. Like, it's more older stuff.
Yeah. Like, do you mean like 5T stuff or the 10?
It's mixed between 5T and 10 stuff. But yeah, I just brung all the stuff that I could fit in a box.
Well, I'll put my hand up. If you bring a vintage shirt, I'll rock that son bitch like non-stop. All right? So I don't care what colour, I'm all in. Just get me one of those. Because I tried to get one of my mates to buy one when he was over there. Actually, a racer, Callum Walker. He was over at the Nationals and he got me a Larson shirt I wanted. And he was like, I asked him, oh, can you go get a Ryan Timms one? And this was before you won too. And I was like, he was like, oh, sorry, I'm already back here. I can't get it now. I was like, so, and I remember asking you a while ago and you were like, oh, I can't really ship to Australia. I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. It's pretty hard. So, all right, so you finish that, you're back to your racing, you go on, Huset, you tear up the place, winning a track championship. We'll just touch on that quick because I want to get into something else cool. Was that a period of like you seen yourself in the points and you're like, well, we might as well finish this thing off and win it, or it was always on the cards at the start of the season?
No, I mean, that was the goal from the start of the season. But we have that DNF that I got taken out in a race there once, and after that it was like, yeah, well, Caleb, he's really consistent. Like, I need him to have a DNF now, or that's the only possible way. And I pretty much only won the championship because on the last night he didn't do very well. That the only bad night he had was the last night.
Yeah.
And but the mindset was just, I don't care about points. I really did not care about points at that point because I didn't think I was going to win it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just got to win these last few races, and then whatever happens, happens. And luckily for me, I don't want anything bad to happen to anyone, but he didn't have a great night, and I did have a good night, and it worked out. So that the Huset Championship was something I really wanted on my resume, and I was really happy that we got that.
Yeah, and it looked like a really cool awards night, and the award looked gangster too. So
yeah,
it was a big ass trophy. So, all right. So big week was the Tusky week with High Limit. Now, like I said, you were trying to join two famous drivers to do the double, and it was one of those stories where I was like, yeah, he could do it. Like, I reckon Ryan could. Now, people have said like Knoxville and Huset are similar. I mean, Knoxville, and Port Royal are similar, but to me they don't look different. They look like two different beasts to me. I know they're long, but was that like sort of your first go? And well, I'm in this Shane car now at Port. Let's see how we go.
Yeah, exactly. I'd ran at Port a few times, probably 5 or 6 times before that, in my own family car, and then in the 27 car, and never did. I think we had one good night in our family car at a local show, and other than that, never did anything. But I always had a blast at that track, whether I was running last in the C. I guess just a fun racetrack. Yeah. And I knew Shane's car was fast, so it was like, all right, this is, if I'm gonna do it, this is it. Here we go. Yeah. And I seen that someone posted the stat, if I were to win, then me, Kenny Weld, and Wolfgang would have been the only ones to do it. And that was cool to see. I didn't think of it. I just saw it and then just forgot about it. Yeah, for sure. But I only seen one really negative comment, and it was he doesn't have a chance of making the feature Saturday night.
I know. I mean, you seen one, I seen multiple, because I live on that shit. But I was like, yeah, you're all right. He's up there turbos, but. And
whatever. I've
course.
said it before. I can win 55 races in a year, and there's still gonna be people saying
for sure.
whatever. But after the first 2 nights, I'm thinking like, well, we go out and hot laps on the very first night and go quick time, and then at that point I'm like, oh yeah, like
It's Knoxville.
easy.
We're doing this again.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then we go out and qualify and we suck, and then heat race we suck. We just sucked the rest of the weekend up until Saturday. And I mean, I didn't even pass a car, I don't think, all weekend. And we knew qualifying was, well, there were other issues, but qualifying was the root cause of, or root problem of our issues. So that was the main focus, was getting through qualifying good. And Shane made some little changes, and I slowed my hands down, and we got qualified good on Saturday. I started 4th in a heat race, and they took top 3. I ran 3rd and started 8th, and then let's see, so we go out, we do driver introductions, and I get in the car, and literally my only goal is just pass a car. Like, if I finish 7th
in the feature, that's what you say.
Yeah. I'm thinking like, all right, I just want to pass a car or two. Like, I haven't passed anyone all week. I just want to at least
I want to get it up here. Get going.
I just want to stay in the top 10 and, have a decent run.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we get going, the race gets going, and I'm up to like 6th. I get past Dietrich and someone else, and I'm up to 5th or 6th. And at that point, I'm like, all right, we got a car capable of winning. Like, I'm driving through the middle, and I'm pulling on these guys. Like, I don't know what changed, but we're fast. And then I got Reitzel in front of me, and Reitzel, he had his broken foot, so that he was handicapped a little bit, and he is really good at Knoxville and Port Royal. He's really good at Port Royal.
Sure, he's a freak.
And I knew he was going to be tough to pass, and I'd get a run on him, I'd slide him, he'd get back by me, then I lose 5 car lengths, then I get another run, slide him again, try to do the same thing I did before, didn't work, pulls back away from me, and then Flo never showed it, but we had in my opinion, we had the greatest battle of the entire weekend. Nowhere to be found besides my dad's own video. And he eventually, we get racing. There's a lap car. The lap car doesn't know where he's going. It looks like he's going to the top. Reitzel's following him. And then last minute, Reitzel goes to slide him, and then the guy pulls down, and I see that, and I go wide open around both of them around the top. And that felt really good. And I respect Reitzel a ton. I mean, he's a great race car driver, and him and my car owner have a little history, so you naturally want to just, beat him. And
again, mate, 18-year-old, you put it very well. You just
I give him props. He raced me hard, but clean, like just as hard as possible, but in a really clean manner. And it was
for sure.
It was a lot of fun racing with him. But anyway, I get around both him and the lap car, and then going into 3 and 4, he slides me, and I'm like, I gotta drive around the slider and put him away.
Yep.
And we get, he's sliding up, and I get like right here, and I'm thinking we're coming out of 4, and at Port Royal there's that opening in 4, and then
Big
the
gap.
wall kind of just comes out. Like, once you get past that opening, the wall is right there, and we're getting to the opening. He's like this, and then we're at the opening, and I kind of kick it out a little bit to try to drive around him. And at this point, when I kick it out, I'm thinking I'm getting right rear to left rear. I'm going big. Like, I really thought I was going for a ride. And I don't know if he slowed down a little bit so he didn't get in the wall or whatever, but I managed to get around him, and I bumped the wall, and it bumps me down a little bit. and it bumps my left rear into his right front, hits his right front, shoots him down the track. And when I feel that, I'm like, oh, perfect. Like yeah. I'm like, oh, this is perfect. I'm gonna get, he's screwed up. I'm gonna get a run. I'm gonna leave him. And that's what happened. And then I could Peck and Parker Price Miller, they were just miles ahead of us. And they were in lap traffic. I had a little bit of clean track, and I'm just trying to reel them in, run the top as hard as I could. I felt like I had the right front plugged in the turn 2 wall 15 of the 50 laps. And I'm seriously so lucky that neither one of my right side tires went down at all in that race. And I finally start catching them, and at this point I'm waiting for the halfway break before I catch them. And I catch them, and I'm like, well, we haven't had the halfway break yet. Like, how is that possible? I feel like we've been racing forever. And they get doing something in traffic. Parker goes to the middle. I get around Parker, and then I think Peck peels off the top to go under a lap car or something. And I get around Peck, and then slide Peck going into 1 and 2. And as soon as I slid him, the yellow for the halfway break came out. And at that point, I knew that I had, as long as I got a good restart, like, I can take the lead and at least lead a good amount of this race.
Jesus.
Yeah.
One for like 7.5 seconds, bro, or something. Like, you must have, like you said, lead it, but, like, I guess, like, Aaron Reitzel's year he had, yes, you said he was a bit handicapped with his foot, but, when you pass a car of that caliber and you're, like, catching him, passing him, you're like, oh, yeah, my car is, like, amazing right now. I'm going to go try win this thing. Is that, like, the vibe you get when you pass a guy in that caliber?
Yeah, it was like, all right, if I can get past Reitzel and I just reeled these guys in, I know my car is probably the best car on the racetrack right now. And I knew if I just kept it out of the wall that maybe I could win the race. But it was just with how bad the first 2 nights went, and I'm leading the race, like, I knew that I could win it. But you just don't really think it's going to happen because of how bad you've been the previous 2 nights. And I don't know, you don't expect to win the Tusky after winning the Nationals. Like, that's not, you win the Nationals, I'm good with that. Like,
for the year, I'm over. Let's go. Yeah.
And so once, and we get to, the race just went really smooth for me after that. And once I realized I won the race, the white flag lap was really sketchy because it was like, I just ran the wall perfect. And it's like, you got to do it one more time now. And then I'm starting to, like, kind of think it a little bit, like, oh, you're on the wall, don't screw this up.
And it's crazy,
anyway,
you don't know how far you're in front. Like, you could have just rolled the bottom and spun everything, and but you can't do that in a sprint car.
And when I won, it was like, there was a lot more joy than there was shock in that one. It was like, felt like, because there were still people talking, which honestly, the people talking really does not bother me one bit. But it just, I pull into the infield. I'm so happy, and I can't believe it really, but I'm just pumped up. I pull into the infield to go to the skills. I got guys flipping me off in the infield because they're PA guys, and they
is
don't
that how hard? That's how hardcore it is, eh? You're not even an outlaw or a high limit guy. You're just a car.
Yeah.
So you don't really have a fence. Yeah.
Most of them were happy, but there were some kids my age flipping me off in the infield.
I love it. So good.
And that was just like, I just started pounding against the panels. I just pumped up, and I get on the scales, I see Shane, and his arms are in the air, like, oh my God. And my arms are in the air, like, holy.
Like, what did we just do? Like, again.
I can't believe we just did this.
Yeah.
And, I get up on the wing, and to win in front of the PA posse, to beat the PA posse, and then win in front of the PA fans was just the coolest experience. It was.
That is crazy. You're 21st and a 16th the 2 days before. I don't remember
Yeah.
being that. Well, I don't say bad. You made the show, but I don't remember you being like nowhere near the front. Damn. Good on you.
Yep.
How good's that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I got up on the wing and I like just put my arms up in the air. Like it was kind of like a what now? Because there were people saying I started on the pole, won the Knoxville Nationals. Anyone could do that, and then it's like,
Isn't it crazy?
oh, now what?
Like, it's the Knoxville
Yeah.
Nationals, and I guess for a guy like Donnie Schatz, who's won it nearly the most, or probably, I mean, him and Steve Kins are up there, obviously. But for him to go, I didn't think he had it in him, but holy shit. Like, that's like,
Yeah.
he that's recognition of, well, that guy can win the big stuff and do it for 50 laps. So for them to say he started off pole, it's still like, do you understand, like, 50 laps?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
one of the biggest tracks in the world, like, lengthwise, but against the best. It's not like it was a weekly Knoxville 50 laps. That's a different story. Then you could have people go, oh, who was there? Who was that? But now it's no, everyone was there, bro. Like, what more excuse do you want? Please tell me.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, and then
No,
the same
yeah,
with Tusky, you pass 8th to 1st, bro. And it's 50 laps. So your endurance of those, like, now I'm looking at that, it's like, well, the more laps, the better Ryan Timms is going to be in the show. With fitness and the car, obviously, comes alive after 25. So,
Yeah, no, I mean, I love, like, just talking about it. It makes me happy, and I love being able to talk about it and relive it. And I'm glad that I can remember most of the
Yeah, for
night
sure.
of the 2 wins, because it gets a little blurry. But yeah, that Tusky, that was really cool. And then I talked to Anthony Macri a couple times before that, but not very much. And he blew up a motor, and he comes over to the pit, and he's more excited than we are. Like, he's pumped up. He's asking for hero cards, and him and his brother, I signed 2 hero cards for him, and then we take a picture with them holding their cards.
that's legit, like, what is it, Talladega Nights, where Earnhardt goes to Ricky and goes, hey, Ricky, can you sign this? Who's it for? Oh, it's for me. Don't tell me the other drivers.
Yeah,
That's so cool, bro.
It was really cool. And yeah, it was just that one. That was so unexpected. Like, you know, you kind of expect to win the nat. Starting on the pole, it's like, if it happens, it's like, all right, like,
This is my time to do it.
we
This is
raced
it.
there all year. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you just show up to port. I mean, it was so unexpected, but man, those were easily the 2 best nights of my life.
Oh, I could tell, mate. Like, it was so cool. And then you back it up, go to Jackson Motorplex, get the win there. And then the rest of the year, you know, around the top 10, a few hard shows. Good outing at Charlotte, maybe not the last night, but Charlotte looks ridiculously insane. That looks next level with the dust and stuff. But the last sort of thing I want to touch on before you go is it high limit and outlaws as well. You've been now racing this year against both, involved in their meetings. Is there a certain series you like racing the format of, or just how the night runs, like, as a competitor? What do you like competing in most, high limit or outlaws? Or does it matter?
It doesn't really matter to me. Both, I really feel like I don't feel like one series, competition-wise, I don't feel like one series is better than the other. I feel like they're both dead even.
Mm-hmm.
And which really, I mean, I couldn't imagine. I mean, I guess, you know, Knoxville, that it happens, but both series coming together, if all the guys were to race against each other, it would be crazy racing. I mean, it would be great.
Yeah, like week in, week out, one series, you're saying.
Yeah.
We would have like 30 to 40 contacted drivers, and it'd be insane.
Yeah, it would be nuts. But I don't know which one I really prefer. Outlaws is nice if you're a good qualifier, because you qualify good, you start on the front, and then you just gotta finish there.
Yeah.
I guess high limit I do like how if you don't qualify well, they only invert the 4th place starter.
Yep.
So then the rest is heads up from there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the heat race winner and the
Top qualifier.
as long as he runs top 4 or 5 or whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
which I do feel like is a little bit more fair because there's some guys that are really good racing, just not qualifiers.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't know. I mean, it's just preference really, but I feel like both are really similar to each other, and
Yeah, for sure.
I wouldn't put one above the other.
Yeah, for sure. And then last thing, next year, are you doing the... I've got two things, real quick. My daughter's waking up. Real quick, do you have... next year, is the schedule going to be similar, or is there a series on the cards?
Full-time Australia.
Oh, I'll turn it up.
Oh, just kidding. No, we'll just do the same thing. Same thing we did this year. We didn't run Knoxville points fully. I mean, we did, but we missed a race or two. So hopefully we could make those races, and I would really like to win a Knoxville track championship and have that on the resume. But yeah, we'll do the same thing. Maybe take away one race and add a different one in for that or something, but it'll be majority of the same.
All right, wicked, mate. Now, to finish off, last time we did the race, you didn't get to win. That was so close, but I want to try something different. I'm going to say a few words, and you're going to give me one phrase or one word answer. All right, so Knoxville.
Nationals.
Okay, fair enough. Port Royal.
Speed Palace.
Mate, these are pretty generic. Okay, vintage T-shirts.
Brad Doty. Because that's the shirt I wore. That was that's what everyone called my lucky shirt, and then that's the one I wore Saturday night at Nationals.
Okay, cool. All right, High Limit.
Brad Sweet. In honor of him retiring.
And World of Outlaws.
Historic.
Okay, there you go. Now, when you come to Australia, I'm going to ask if you've tried a certain things, or straight away, you're going to get here and you got to go to a good bakery and get a meat pie. Got to get one of those, 100%. And I'll try to scout out a good meat pie and maybe even get it to you at Warrnambool, maybe.
Yeah.
And two is you're 18, so you can go have a legal drink in a pub, all right? So there you go.
All right.
All right, and watch out for the snakes, because they are everywhere. All right.
That's right.
All right, mate, I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. First driver returned, and what a year. And, can't wait to see you down under, mate.
Yeah, appreciate you inviting me back on here.